That busy schedules. Wish we had more time to spare. Want you around me like air. Can get my feelings involved. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's Sam YouTube? It's your girl, the goddess, and I'm back. Ooh, with another one. Yeah.
Go girl.
Alright, y'all. So today my video is going to be about, I don't know really what to call it, but I'm about to be talking about some other things that I did not mention in previous videos on things that I experienced with blockages in my bottom two chakras, which is the root and the sacral. Okay, but before we get into the video, I need you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You hear me? And another thing, one more thing I want to explain, and I'm gonna start saying this at the beginning of every video as well. You are more than welcome to think that anything that I'm saying is a bunch of tomfoolery. You are more than welcome to not believe what I'm saying. You are more than welcome to think that I am crazy and a lunatic. You are more than welcome to think that. You are more than welcome. I am not here to persuade you to believe what I believe. I'm just here to give you a different perspective, to make you think, and to share my experience. Just in case somebody else is having that same experience and needs help. Okay? This is not for you. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. Okay? Period. Alright? Now, let's get into the video. Now, I wasn't gonna mention these things because I felt like it was embarrassing, but Spirit kept saying, no, your experience needs to be shared. Your experience needs to be shared, and it's gonna help a lot of women not be embarrassed when they have these issues and not feel insecure about having these issues. So that's why I'm making this video as well. So the things that I experienced, some other things I didn't mention that I experienced having blockages in my sacral chakra and in my root chakra. I explained that in my how to identify blockages in your chakra video. Y'all go watch, and so that y'all know what the root and the sacral chakra is. Well, actually, I'll just say it now. So the sacral chakra is your reproductive system. So that would be your ovaries and your.
Girl, you always repeating yourself.
Your uterus and everything that comes with the reproductive system. Okay, and then your root chakra is everything below that. So that would be, the vagina, the clitoris, the anus, and all the way down to your feet or whatever, right? So what I didn't mention was that I had odor, strong odors. Okay, so for the sacral chakra, well, for both chakras, that's your vagina and your uterus, your ovaries, and things like that. Everything that, because they produce, the sacral chakra produces like the hormones and things for reproduction. I believe. I don't remember, y'all. Y'all gotta go watch that video. But it's pretty much your reproductive system and then your actual vagina, the vagina walls, the clitoris, and everything else, right? Your womb, pretty much. So I would experience odor. Now, in previous videos, I mentioned that I had irregular periods. So when my period first come down, it'll just be a few drops. It'll just be like drip drops, and then maybe 2 weeks later, like a bunch more comes down, and it'll only last for like a day or two, and then it would be nothing, right? So, but when it would come down after those 2 to 3 weeks, and it would have a foul smell. Now y'all know period blood already has a smell. Y'all know, ladies, period blood already has a smell. So it being stuck up in there and not coming out all that time, I'm mad, and it's sitting in there like rotten. Almost. It almost smelled rotten when it came down or whatever, and it was really, really strong, really, really foul. And something else that I noticed that I got a bacteria. I would get bacteria. Well, I got a bacteria infection, and I went to the doctor. Took a pill, or they prescribed me pills and what are they called? Antibiotics to clear it and whatnot, but the pills didn't clear the bacteria, the infection all the way up. It cleared most of it, but it didn't clear it all the way up. So the more, because of the blockage. And then after taking the antibiotic, I got yeast infection as a side effect. So I had to get something to clear the yeast. And then it didn't clear the yeast all the way up. You know what I mean? It still left a little bit of residue. So the more, when you leave, when it's still stuck in there, it grows. It grows because it's just sitting in there. So it'll grow more. But I noticed that, and it was embarrassing. It was very embarrassing. But something that I noticed was when I when I started to listen to those frequencies to clear blockages, I started to discharge a lot of discharge. So and in my intuition, I would hear my intuition say, old blood, old blood, old blood. And then, so I was like, dang, so I guess old blood plus bacteria plus yeast, all of that stuff was that's still stuck in there. And then I would do, take things, use my suppositories, boric acid, apple cider vinegar, and all the things that I looked up to, keep your pH right. And it would work. But as soon as I started to play the frequencies again, I would start to discharge more. So that's when I noticed, I was like, okay, so negative energy is releasing through discharge. And the reason why it's toxic smell, because it's toxic energy. So I'm like, dang, they got a whole bunch of bugs just around me. But I'm like, dang, so that's just what I noticed. That's what I noticed. Another thing I noticed was that I would get super, if I sweated a little bit, before I started using the frequencies, if I sweat, it would give off like a strong musty smell. And I'm like, man, why? And that's something I did not experience before. Like, I used to could be in the sun. I used to could be in the hot weather, hot climates, and this would never happen. I would never just sweat this easily, and then I would never just have, and it would never, and even when I did sweat, it wouldn't smell musty. You know what I mean? So something was wrong. I was like, something was wrong. And like I said, in these times, when I was experiencing this, I was still eating a plant-based diet. And then I noticed that when I did eat things that weren't plant-based, every time I feel the smell got stronger, even stronger. So So for another example, before I talk about that, it was I would have, it was embarrassing. I was insecure about it, and then I would take my fingers and put my fingers in my actual vagina and then smell it, and it wouldn't, and my vagina actually wouldn't smell. It didn't have no smell. And then I noticed, I was like, it was in between the folds. Now this was before I started using the frequency. It was in between the folds of your thigh, the upper thigh and the vagina. It was in between the folds. So I was like, dang, well, how do I, why is that happening? Because it was not happening before. It was not happening prior. And I'm just like, it just all of a sudden, it just started getting musty. Like, I just started being, and it was very easily. I'm like, dang, I can't even be out nowhere and sweat without, worrying about if I might smell musky. It was embarrassing. I never had to deal with that before. So it's a whole lot of bugs. So I never had to deal with that before. And so like I said, I would take suppositories and apple cider vinegar, rub apple cider vinegar on there. I would even put like a little bit of deodorant. My mama told me you could just use some deodorant, put a little bit of deodorant in between the folds, and and all of that would help. But I noticed that when I started to use the frequencies and the blockage just started to dissolve or started to like lift and peel off me, like I said, I would have all this discharge, and the discharge would be foul. It would smell foul. So I'm like, dang, so that's why the odor is so strong. Toxic energy, toxic smells. Another thing with the anus. So you have the anus and the gut, your intestines, whatever, the colon or whatever. All of that I had blockages in all of those chakras, the sacral, the solar plexus, and the anus. But I'm just gonna talk about the bottom too. So yeah, when I would use the bathroom, I noticed that, or pass gas, I noticed that that smell was like extremely foul. Like, how usually normal gas, you pass gas and then the smell will just go away. No, like, it was extremely toxic. It was extremely strong for me. Like, I would pass gas and then leave out the room, come back in the room after like hours later, and the room would still be smelling like that. And I was like, that's some toxic energy. Like, and I knew that from that point forward, I was like, nah, that is toxic energy. So like, I learned that, how the negative energy releases, it'll release in the physical as passing gas. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. Do you believe in magic 2, part 2? That it would be a lot of passing gas, a lot of sneezing, a lot of what else? Yeah, and a lot of it would release by having to go to the bathroom and urine. Like, it was just releasing through those ways. Every time I played those frequencies, I would have to end up having to go to the bathroom or having to pass gas a lot, sneeze a lot, belch a lot, burp a lot. So that was how it was releasing, and I would literally feel like the bloatedness that I was feeling like dissolve and go away. And and lift, like it would almost feel like something was lifting or dissolving or peeling off of me, like I said in previous videos. So I was like, man, that's foul. Like, I was embarrassed. I was like, I don't even know how to even get control over this, because everything that's supposed to work works. But as soon as I start playing them frequencies, it started to release that, and it started to smelling like an odor, like strong odor. So not everything, like I said, not everything is physical. Not everything is some things are energetic. Some things are energetically releasing. Some things are just energetic. That's all I'm gonna say. Some things are just energetic, and like I said, I've gone to the doctor for a lot of these problems, a lot of the illnesses, a lot of the things that I was feeling getting sick. I went to the doctor for all of my conditions. For the stomach problem, I went to him. I went to the doctor and he told me that I think it's gastritis. They did x-rays. They did all kind of stuff to see if there was something in my stomach. He would push up on my stomach. He said he felt, he was like, yeah, I feel that. I feel something in your stomach, like a knot in your stomach. But your came back, your x-rays came back clear. Your tests, all the stuff come back clear. There's nothing there. So I guess you just it seems like you just have something called gastritis. So you can just go get over-the-counter pills for gas, and then took the over-the-counter pills for like a month, and I still was feeling the same exact way, still having the same exact issues. Same thing for my throat. I told y'all about that. I went to the doctor for my throat, and he was like, nothing's in your throat. Your throat's not swollen. Nothing stuck there. You're okay. But I felt like it was hard to swallow, like my throat was swollen. I felt all these things, and then once I started learning about the chakras and energetic blockages and playing these frequencies, that's the only thing that got rid of it. I don't know how many times I can express this, because it's a lot. It's some people that really just feel like you're delusional, trying to make you feel like you're delusional. But I'm trying to tell you, you cannot tell me my experience. You're not finna tell me that what I experienced was in my motherfucking head. Like, you motherfucker. I ain't gonna get into that. But y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. I'm telling y'all what I experienced, and it's people still trying to tell me that's not what you experienced. Like, are y'all dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Anyways, little mini rant. I had to get that off my chest. But this is my experience. So if you're feeling any of these feelings, this is, like I said, you are more than welcome to believe that this is a bunch of tomfoolery. You are more than welcome to believe that none of this is true, that this is a bunch of tomfoolery. You are more than welcome to believe that I'm crazy and I need psychiatric help. You're more than welcome to believe that. But for those who do believe that because you feel the same feelings and are going through the same exact things, this is what helped me. Sound healing, guys. Sound healing. Frequencies. There's binaural beats. There's Solfeggio. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now I was saying it wrong. Solfeggio. There's it's a channel on YouTube called his name is Dr. Virtual 7. There's another channel on YouTube that's called Altana. His name is Altana 777. It's spelled ALTONA 777. If you guys are feeling these, other things, sound bowls. It's a little bowl that you can get from any spiritual store. They all sell them. You can go get you a sound bowl and play that. And then you can feel the blockages. You'll be able to feel the blockages release, things like that. But if you have a spirit attachment, you got to unbind the spirit attachment from you. So you can either go to a spiritual healer, a spiritual healer who can do like either Reiki or the people that can do the candle work, and people who are actually skilled in with the spiritual realm and being able to unbind spirits from you, or you could go to Altana 777, which is what I was guided to, and plus I had a little bit of help from a spiritual healer, a spiritual teacher. But Altana 777 really helped, because I feel like that helped the most. Sound healing is what resonated with me, is what helped me the most, and helped soothe me and lift, get rid of whatever that was around me, because now I no longer experience any of the issues that I was having mentally or physically. Altana 77 has a frequency called spirit attachment removal. Dr. Virtual has a frequency called return to sender, return unwanted spells and curses to sender, return to sender. I'm gonna try to get the links and put the links in the description box below. I am not lying to you guys. This was my experience, and like I said, you are more than welcome to think that I'm just crazy if you would like. And that's fine too. You are free to think how you want to think. And another thing is that don't let people make you feel insecure, or make you feel like, women making you feel like, something's wrong with you, or you nasty or dirty because you having these issues. Because let me tell you something, the bitches yes, and I'm saying bitches, yes, because I know my parents, they be watching my videos and stuff. Yes, I'm calling some women bitches, because if you doing shit like this, you a bitch. Anyways, bitches who try to hurry up and try to talk about you behind your back, or try to make you, shame you and make you feel some type of way. Let me tell you something, the ones that's quick to do that have those problems, or have had those issues, and they found a way to get rid of it. Like, I had somebody I knew, a family member, would talk all kinds of shit. It's supposed to be her best friend. Talking all kind of shit about her. And I'm like, okay. And in my mind, in my head, I'm like, dang, ain't this your best friend? Why you ain't, did you like let her know what you use? Like, cause you not, tell me something. She would be like, oh, she don't eat nothing good, and she don't, whatever. And I'm like, well, you eat the same. In my head, I'm like, you eat the same stuff. You was eating the same stuff she was eating, but you ain't tell her that you was using apple cider vinegar. You ain't tell her that you use apple cider vinegar for in your vagina. You ain't tell her that, cause I seen a whole bunch of feminine odor products in your bathroom. See, women like that, women who are quick to shame other women for these issues, are just trying to deflect or cover up the fact that they too have those issues. That they too have those issues, and everybody wants to put on this facade as if they are perfect, and trying to act like they don't shit happen to them. My shit don't stink, my farts don't stink. All the while they drinking they taking shots of apple cider vinegar every morning, which helps balance the pH. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's neck get dirty. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody 100% perfect. Everybody breath this thing. Everybody get musty if you don't keep deodorant under your arms. Well, if you are not eating if you're not eating a plant-based or alkaline diet, because a plant-based alkaline diet keeps your pH in check, to where you don't even have to use extra, products. But this girl was eating the same shit her friend was eating. They was eating it together. They was staying together. You know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you? Like, how dare you sit and try to act like you above this girl when you using apple cider vinegar and whatever the fuck else deodorant, vagina deodorant, spray and whatnot. Like, you out your mind. So don't let no hoes make you feel bad. And it don't mean, because you can, like I said, I had these issues, and it didn't mean that I wasn't taking a bath. It didn't mean that I wasn't eating right, because I was eating right. It wasn't because none of that. It wasn't because of none of that. And even then, even if it's not energetic blockages like what I had, it's still not you still shouldn't shame another woman, because you know exactly what it's like. And instead of helping and giving that person tips or letting them know, okay, well, I use this to help me, then don't talk about them. If you can't help them, you can't talk about them. Period. Because the hoes gonna be hoes. Period. So don't let nobody make you feel no types of ways, especially a man. Especially a man, because a man don't have a vagina. A man don't have a vagina. A man knows nothing about what it takes to taking care of a vagina. All a man knows about a vagina is that he can get up in it, and it get heat, and it gets wet. And if he know how to make women orgasm, if he know how to do that, because a lot of them don't. So don't let nobody make you feel. Don't let the hoes make you feel no type of way. Because every woman has had these issues. I don't care, and still do have the issues. I don't care how. Like I said, unless they're eating a plant-based diet, unless they're not eating meat and dairy, unless they've eliminated meat and dairy, they are using other things like suppositories and pills, taking pills for it, or apple cider vinegar. Like I said, they're using all types of things. And if they, like I said, that's a hoe. If they go and try to hurry up and shame you and make you feel better, turn their nose up at you, just know that I'm gonna talk to the ones that do that. If that's what y'all do, if that's the first thing y'all do when y'all smell a woman having those issues, and y'all see a woman is having those issues, knowing that you're a woman who have had those issues before, I just want to let you know you a hoe. You are a hoe. And it says more about you than it does that other person. Because while you fucking laughing and trying to shame them and make them feel bad, you could be helping them and say, oh, well, I use this because if you eating tacos, beef tacos and steak and fish and all of that every day, your pH is not balanced either. And you're using other things, other products, other supplements to help you. Other products women may use to help keep their pH balanced is certain feminine washes, certain feminine yoni oils, and my favorite, herbal teas. Period. All right, so that's all I have for y'all today. Y'all have a good one.